May 14th, 2 Chronicles 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. 2 Chronicles 13. In the 18th year of sovereign Jeroboam, Abijah began to reign over Judah. He reigned 3 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Micaiah, the daughter of Uriel of Geba. There was fighting between Abijah and Jeroboam. And Abijah joined battle with an army of mighty men of battle, 400,000 choice men. And Jeroboam drew up in battle formation against him with 800,000 choice men, mighty, brave men. And Abijah stood on Mount Zemaraim, which is in the mountains of Ephraim, and said, "Hear me, Jeroboam, and all Israel. Do you not know that Yah, Elohim of Israel, has given the reign over Israel to David forever, to him and his sons, by a covenant of salt? Yet Jeroboam, son of Nebat, the servant of Solomon, son of David, rose up and rebelled against his master. And vain men gathered to him, sons of Belial, and strengthened themselves against Rehoboam, son of Solomon, when Rehoboam was young and tender of heart, and could not be strong against them. And now you think to be strong against the reign of Yah, which is in the hand of the sons of David. And you are a large crowd, and with you are the gold calves which Jeroboam made for you as mighty ones. Have you not thrown out the priests of Yah, the sons of Aaron and the Levites, and made for yourselves priests like the peoples of the lands, so that whoever comes to ordain himself with a young bull and 7 rams then becomes a priest of what are not mighty ones? But as for us, Yah is our Elohim, and we have not forsaken him. And priests are serving Yah, the sons of Aaron and the Levites, in the work, and are burning to Yah every morning and every evening, ascending offerings and sweet incense. And the showbread is set on the clean table, and the lampstand of gold with its lamps, to burn every evening. For we are guarding the charge of Yah our Elohim, but you have forsaken him. And see, with us, as head, is Elohim himself, and his priests with sounding trumpets to sound the alarm against you. O children of Israel, do not fight against Yah, Elohim of your fathers, for you are not going to prosper." But Jeroboam sent round an ambush to go behind them. So they were in front of Judah, and the ambush was behind them. And Judah turned and saw the battle was both in front and behind. Then they cried out to Yah, and the priests sounded the trumpets. And the men of Judah gave a shout. And it came to be, as the men of Judah shouted, that Elohim smote Jeroboam and all Israel before Abijah and Judah. And the children of Israel fled before Judah, and Elohim gave them into their hand. And Abijah and his people struck them with a great slaughter, and 500,000 choice men of Israel fell slain. And the children of Israel were humbled at that time, while the children of Judah prevailed, because they relied on Yah, Elohim of their fathers. And Abijah pursued Jeroboam, and captured cities from him, Bethel with its villages, and Yeshana with its villages, and Ephron with its villages. And Jeroboam did not regain power again in the days of Abijah, and Yah smote him, and he died. But Abijah became strong, and took 14 wives, and brought forth 22 sons and 16 daughters. And the rest of the acts of Abijah, and his ways, and his words are written in the commentary of the prophet Iddo. 2 Chronicles 14. So Abijah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David, and Asa his son reigned in his place. In his days the land rested 10 years. And Asa did what was good, and what was right in the eyes of Yah, his Elohim. and removed the slaughter places of the stranger, and the high places, and broke down the pillars, and cut down the Asherim, and commanded Judah to seek Yah, Elohim of their fathers, and to do the Torah and the command. And he removed the high places and the sun pillars from all the cities of Judah, and the rain rested under him. And he built cities of defense in Judah, since the land had rest, and he had no fighting in those years, because Yah had given him rest. And he said to Judah, Let us build these cities, and make walls around them, and towers, gates, and bars, while the land is yet before us. Because we have sought Yah our Elohim, we have sought, and he has given us rest all around. So they built and prospered. And Asa had an army of 300,000 men from Judah, bearing shields and spears, and from Benjamin 280,000 men bearing shields and drew bows. All of them were mighty brave men. And Zerah the Cushite came out against them with an army of 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. And he came to Mareshah. And Asa went out against him, and they set in battle array in the valley of Zaphatha in Mareshah. And Asa called to Yah his Elohim, and said, Yah, there is no one but you to help between the mighty and the powerless. Help us, O Yah our Elohim, for we rest on you, and in your name we go against this crowd. O Yah, you are our Elohim. Do not let man prevail against you. So Yah smote the Cushites before Asa and Judah, and the Cushites fled. And Asa and the people who were with him pursued them to Gerar. And the Cushites fell, until none was left alive of them, for them. For they were broken before Yah and his army, and they took very much spoil, and struck all the cities around Gerar. For the fear of Yah came upon them, and they plundered all the cities, for there was exceedingly much spoil in them. And they also struck the camps of the herdsmen, and captured many sheep and camels, and returned to Jerusalem. 2 Chronicles 15. And the spirit of Elohim came upon Azaryahu, son of Oded, and he went out to face Asa, and said to him, Hear me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. Yah is with you while you are with him. And if you seek him, he is found by you. But if you forsake him, he forsakes you. And for many days Israel has been without the true Elohim, and without a Torah priest, and without Torah. But in their distress they turned to Yah, Elohim of Israel, and they sought him, and he was found by them. And in those days there was no peace to the one who went out, nor to the one who came in, for great disturbances were on all the inhabitants of the lands. And they were beaten down, nation by nation, and city by city, for Elohim troubled them with every distress. But you, be strong, and do not let your hands be feeble, for there is a reward for your work. And when Asa heard these words, and the prophecy of Oded the prophet, he strengthened himself, and removed the abominations from all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and from the cities which he had taken in the mountains of Ephraim, and restored the slaughter place of Yah that was before the porch of Yah, and gathered all Judah and Benjamin, and those who sojourned with them from Ephraim and Manasseh and Shimon. For they came over to him in great numbers from Israel, when they saw that Yah his Elohim was with him. And they gathered together at Jerusalem in the 3rd new moon of the 15th year of the reign of Asa, and slaughtered to Yah on that day 700 bulls and 7,000 sheep from the spoil which they had brought. And they entered into a covenant to seek Yah, Elohim of their fathers, with all their heart and with all their being. And whoever would not seek Yah, Elohim of Israel, would be put to death, from small to great, from man to woman. And they swore to Yah with a loud voice, with shouting, and with trumpets, and with shofarot. And all Judah rejoiced concerning the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart, and sought him with all their being. And he was found by them, and Yah gave them rest all around. He also removed Maacah, the mother of Asa the sovereign, from being sovereign as mother, because she had made an abominable image of Asherah. And Asa cut down her abominable image, and crushed it, and burned it by the Wadi Kidron. Yet the high places were not removed from Israel. However, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days. And he brought into the house of Elohim the set-apart items of his father, and his own set-apart items, silver and gold and utensils. And there was no more fighting until the 35th year of the reign of Asa. 2 Chronicles 16. In the 36th year of the reign of Asa, Baasa, the sovereign of Israel, came up against Judah and built Ramah to prevent anyone going out or coming in to Asa, sovereign of Judah. And Asa brought silver and gold from the treasuries of the house of Yah and of the sovereign's house, and sent to Ben-Hadad, sovereign of Aram, who dwelt in Damascus, saying, Let there be a covenant between you and me, as there was between my father and your father. See, I have sent you silver and gold. Come break your covenant with Baasa, sovereign of Israel, so that he withdraws from me. And Ben-Hadad listened to sovereign Asa, and sent the commanders of his armies against the cities of Israel. And they struck Ion, and Dan, and Abimaim, and all the storage cities of Naphtali. And it came to be, when Baasa heard it, that he stopped building Ramah, and ceased his work. Then Asa, the sovereign, brought all Judah, and they took away the stones and timber of Ramah, which Baasa had used for building. And with them he built Geba and Mitzvah. And at that time, Hanani, the seer, came to Asa, sovereign of Judah, and said to him, Because you have relied on the sovereign of Aram, and have not relied on Yah your Elohim, therefore the army of the sovereign Aram has escaped from your hand. Were the Cushites and the Ludim not a mighty army with very many chariots and horsemen? And because you relied on Yah, he gave them into your hand. For the eyes of Yah diligently search throughout all the earth, to show himself to be strong, on behalf of those whose heart is perfect to him. You have acted foolishly in this, so from now on you shall have battles. And Asa was wroth with the seer, and put him in prison, for he was enraged at him because of this. And Asa oppressed some of the people at that time. And look, the acts of Asa, the first and the last, see, they are written in the book of the sovereigns of Judah and Israel. In the 39th year of his reign, Asa became diseased in his feet, and his disease was severe. Yet even in his disease he did not seek Yah, but the physicians. So Asa slept with his fathers, and died in the 41st year of his reign. And they buried him in his burial site, which he had made for himself in the city of David. And they laid him in the bed which was filled with spices, and various kinds of ointments mixed by the perfumer's skill. And they made a very great burning for him. And Josaphat, his son, reigned in his place. 2 Chronicles 17. And Josaphat, his son, reigned in his place, and strengthened himself against Israel, and placed an army in all the walled cities of Judah, and set watchposts in the land of Judah, and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken. And Yah was with Jehoshaphat, for he walked in the former ways of his father David, and did not seek the Baals, but sought the Elohim of his father, and walked in his commands, and not according to the deeds of Israel. So Yah established the reign in his hand, and all Judah gave presents to Jehoshaphat, for he had great riches and esteem. And his heart was exalted in the ways of Yah, And he again removed the high places and the Asherim from Judah. And in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent his leaders, Ben-Hail and Obadiah and Zechariah and Nathanael and Micaiah, to teach in the cities of Judah. And with them he sent Levites, Shemaiah, Nathaniah, Zebediah, Ashael, and Shemaramoth, and Jonathan, and Adoniah, and Tobiah, and Tobed-Anyah, the Levites, and with them Elishama and Jehoram, the priests. And they taught in Judah, and with them was the book of the Torah of Yah. And they went around into all the cities of Judah, and taught the people. And the fear of Yah fell on all the reigns of the lands that were around Judah, and they did not fight against Jehoshaphat. And some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat gifts, and a load of silver. And the Arabians brought him flocks, 7,700 rams, and 7,700 male goats. And Jehoshaphat became increasingly great, and he built palaces and stored cities in Judah. And he had much work in the cities of Judah. And the men of battle, mighty brave men, were in Jerusalem. And these were their numbers according to their fathers' houses. Of Judah, the commanders of thousands, Adnah the commander, and with him 300,000 mighty brave men. And next to him was Yehohanan the commander, and with him 280,000. And next to him was Amasiah, son of Zerkri, who volunteered himself to Yah, and with him 200,000 mighty brave men. And of Benjamin, Eliada, a mighty brave one, and with him 200,000 men armed with bow and shield. And next to him was Jehozabad, and with him 180,000 prepared for battle. These were the mighty ones serving the sovereign, besides those whom the sovereign put in the walled cities throughout all Judah.